Be still for a moment, my child. Heaven has paused everything to reach you. In this very hour, a silent call is crossing the distance between my heart and yours. The veil is thin right now. The noise of your life has been pushed back so that one voice can come through. Clearly mine, this is not a small window. It will not stay open long. I am asking you to give me these moments, all of them from the first word to the last. Do not turn away. What I have to say to you today carries more weight than anything you have heard in a long time. I have tried to reach you before. You know this even if you have never said it out loud. There were small whispers you could not explain, gentle nudges that came from nowhere, dreams that felt too real to be dreams, conversations that stayed with you for days after they ended. You have woken in the deep hours of the night, wide awake, heart pounding, certain that something was about to shift. You have stood in the middle of an ordinary day when a knowing washed over you that was anything but ordinary. You have felt a sudden stillness settle on your chest, a pull you could not name. That was not fear. That was me reaching through the noise of your days. But you turned away every time. You called it stress. You blamed it on worry. You dismissed it as a tired mind playing tricks. And the word that carried your name, the word I had prepared for that exact moment in your life, went unheard. Hear me now. I am not recounting this to shame you. I am telling you so you understand why today is different. Today, I have meticulously orchestrated this moment so that my presence is undeniable to you. No distractions have drawn your attention away. No urgent obligations have interrupted this time we share. This arrangement is entirely intentional, as I have safeguarded this hour myself. I implore you to listen attentively, for I am addressing you personally, not a multitude. To you, the one whose heart races slightly faster at this very moment. The one who senses something awakening within, yet finds it difficult to articulate. Your spirit recognizes my voice, even while your mind grapples with belief. I come to you today bearing two messages. The first is a word of correction, and I shall not soften it, for you must receive it in its entirety. The second is a promise more magnificent than anything you have dared to ask of me. Both truths are intended for you, and both necessitate your patience until I conclude my message. My tone is resolute today, imbued with a fervor that may be unfamiliar to you. Do not misinterpret it. A father who remains silent while his child approaches danger does not truly love that child. My love for you is profound, compelling me to speak firmly. My firmness serves as evidence of that love. Recently, something transpired that captured heaven's attention, and you are already aware of what that is. Even as you absorb these words, something within you stirs in recognition. That quiet tug you feel is not merely a consequence of this message. It is my spirit affirming what your heart has been wrestling with for days. You have pondered why your sense of peace feels unsettled, why your prayers feel heavy, and why a persistent restlessness has shadowed you from dawn until dusk. You convinced yourself it was nothing significant, but it was indeed something. It was my spirit pressing upon your heart, refusing to allow you to drift further without hearing from me. However, before we proceed, understand this. I do not come to condemn. Condemnation crushes, leaving you feeling abandoned. My correction, on the other hand, elevates. It takes you by the hand, redirects your path, and grounds you once more. You will come to recognize this distinction by the time I have finished speaking. Furthermore, more than mere correction awaits you here. Beyond this challenging word lies a door I have kept open for you, leading to unmerited favor, the restoration you had ceased to hope for, and a peace so profound it may initially feel foreign. I will elaborate on all this, but the path to that door requires traversing the truth. Thus, I ask you directly, will you remain? Will you allow me to share both the difficult and the beautiful in this same moment? Many hear my voice and withdraw the instant it ceases to comfort them, yet you persist. This speaks volumes about your heart, which brings me joy. It indicates that you seek more than just solace. You seek the truth. A heart that can receive truth is one I can entrust with significant matters, an attribute rarer than you might realize. Even kings have faltered in this regard. Your willingness to stay denotes this rare quality. The hours ahead of you will differ markedly from those that lie behind. Something is already shifting. While you listen, I am orchestrating elements you cannot perceive, aligning what I began preparing long before today with the moment's arrival, and you are poised at the brink of it. Do not hasten past this moment as you have with others. Allow it to slow you down. Embrace it deeply, beneath the surface where you fulfill expectations for others. I do not speak to the superficial. I speak to your true self, the one I know intimately. So, take a deep breath, my cherished one. Release your grip on all that you carried when this word found you. The tasks can wait. The worries can wait. For now, let only my voice fill your heart and the truth that lies between us. This is where transformation begins. I shall start with a challenging message, for truth unvoiced retains its weight. Once that hard word has completed its purpose, the promise I share will hold far greater significance than it otherwise could have. This is my way. First the root, then the fruit. First the turning, then the blessing. If you feel this word resonates within your heart, I urge you to declare your acknowledgement aloud. Now, hear the difficult truth. You made a decision that your own heart cautioned you against. You transgressed a boundary you were aware of. Heaven observed this and has taken note. I was not silent during that moment. You felt my presence pressing against your will, yet you proceeded regardless. Do not rush to defend yourself or reach for excuses you have rehearsed, for I am already aware of them and the truth that underlies them. This hour is not for debate, but for transparency. I require your honesty now. Understand what has transpired. It did not begin where you think it did. It did not commence with your actions, but rather with a thought devoid of my peace. Instead of dismissing it, you permitted it to take root. You nurtured it, allowing it to linger beyond the moment when you knew it should have departed. That small concession quietly flourished. The thought morphed into an inclination. That inclination led to a decision. The decision culminated in an action, which consequently opened a door in the unseen realm that ought to have remained closed. While you could not perceive this door, you felt the unsettling draft that accompanied it, a cold disturbance in your spirit that is yet to fully dissipate. This is the nature of these matters. Nobody falls suddenly. They drift incrementally, each step easily rationalized. Every gentle warning ignored makes the next easier to dismiss. With each instance, discernment wanes. This is the path you've unwittingly traversed, and that is precisely why I have interrupted your course today. My anger is genuine, but understand its target. It is not directed at you. Instead, it is focused on the path you have wandered, on the influence that reached for you, and on the slow decline awaiting you further down that road. A shepherd witnessing a wolf circling his flock does not whisper. He raises his voice. The sharpness you perceive in my tone today is a shepherd's cry, meant solely for your protection. I want you to recognize another truth. My correction does not extend to that which holds no value to me. A farmer neglects a field he has abandoned. Conversely, he tends to the one he envisions bearing fruit. You are being corrected because you are cherished. This firm word stands as the strongest evidence that I have not relinquished you. Furthermore, let me clarify what this mistake has not done. It has not nullified your calling. Your worth remains unchanged, unaffected by what occurred. My love for you has not diminished. nor have I looked away. What has shifted is your path, and it is my aim to guide you back to the right one. A traveler on the wrong road is not without value. He is merely heading somewhere different. I refuse to let you go, but do not let my support lead to complacency. Your actions were significant, interrupting the journey I was crafting in your life. You felt that immediately, the internal shift where your peace was disrupted and clarity faded into confusion. That was your spirit revealing the truth, even when your words failed you. The most perilous obstacle before you now is not the mistake itself, but pride. Pride will convince you that this message is meant for others, that your actions were insignificant, and that you can handle it alone. Pride has led even the strongest souls to places from which they never return. Do not allow it to speak for you today. I sense a heavy weight upon you as you read this. I know you feel it. This heaviness is not meant to crush you, but to awaken you. It represents the weight of conviction, which is, in fact, a form of mercy. While confusion circles endlessly, conviction directs you towards a specific issue, saying, "Here lies the matter, address this." I have made this unambiguously clear to ensure you do not overlook it. Therefore, a choice lies before you, and I will state it clearly. You can choose to humble yourself, listen to me, and allow me to guide you back, or you can harden your heart, turn away, and rely on your own strength. I will not coerce you, as I have never done so. However, I feel compelled to tell you the truth about the second path. It leads to silence. Silence is a poor guide in uncertain times. Your willingness to listen indicates which path your heart favors, and that inclination means more to me than any stumble you may have experienced. I do not seek perfection from individuals who never falter. I am in search of those who, upon hearing my voice, pause and change direction. You are turning even now, I notice it, despite how minor it may seem. Recall the shepherd king who fell far more grievously than you. He took what was not his and concealed it, labeling the concealment as a form of protection. However, when my word eventually confronted him, he did not contest it. He simply uttered 4 words, "I have sinned against you." This raw honesty opened the door to mercy that his crown could never have bought. I am longing for those 4 words from you. Not a mere display of sorrow or endless self-penance, but straightforward truth from an authentic heart, devoid of hidden motives. This has always been the starting point for every restoration among my people, and it will be for you as well. There is still much I wish to reveal to you. I will show you precisely how to close the door that has been opened. I will uncover the underlying pattern that contributed to this misstep, so it will not control you again. Once the ground is clear, I will reveal what I have yearned to pour into your life. Stay with me. Your turning has already commenced. Whisper, "I am listening." If you receive this correction with an open heart now, I will guide you step by step back to the right path, and I ask you to follow each step without rushing ahead. The journey home is shorter than you fear, but it must be tread with honesty. Otherwise, it will remain untraveled. The first step is to be truthful with yourself. Fully acknowledge what happened without attaching any excuses. Do not embellish or minimize the truth. What you confront in the light loses its power to lurk in the shadows. What remains hidden retains its hold. Bring everything to light before me. Once you do, you will feel its grasp begin to loosen. Let go of the inner voice that insists on explaining why the incident occurred. Justification is a chain masquerading as comfort. As long as you defend the action, you are bound to it. Honesty is the key that cuts those ties. You do not need to win a debate with me. You need merely to express the truth, which I already know and have made a way through. The second step requires you to intentionally direct your focus back to me, not in a casual manner. Do not think of me as you would the weather. Approach me purposefully. Speak plainly in your own words as you would to a trusted father. Then, experience the quiet, allowing it to do its profound, gradual work. In that stillness, something will change. You will feel it as surely as you felt the wrong turn. The unsettling turbulence will diminish. The sound of a door closing, my hand at the latch, your heart in agreement. What was opened carelessly can be closed deliberately. The third step is often the one most shy away from. You must forgive yourself, not simply excuse yourself. There is a crucial distinction. Lingering guilt after repentance does not equate to devotion. It is a burden I never asked you to bear, binding you to a moment I have already resolved. I do not hold this against you. Do not hold it against yourself. If I have set you free, why do you keep yourself in chains? Lift your head. The matter has been resolved, not through your suffering, but through my mercy. Your grief served its purpose, yet its time is past. From here on, dragging the past with you is not humility, it is disbelief. I ask you to release it. Before I outline what lies ahead, there is one more request regarding your trust. My child, I implore you to place a portion of what you possess, something significant, upon the altar of this work, akin to gold laid on the scales of this calling. Let it be a seed sown into deep waters, an offering set upon solid ground, rather than being withheld in fear. This demonstrates that your trust is placed in my hands to provide, and that your heart no longer clings to scarcity. What you release in faith does not leave your life. It advances ahead of you toward the harvest I am preparing. Consider the widow I once observed at the treasury. Others contributed from their surplus and felt no impact. She offered 2 small coins, everything she had, and heaven still remembers her. The significance was never in the amount, but in the open hand, the gesture of a heart that has stopped guarding itself against its own father. That same open hand is what I am cultivating in you across all facets of your life. A hand capable of releasing is one that can receive as well. This is why correction and promise arrive together, encapsulated in one word. The turning empties your hands of what was never yours to hold, while the blessing fills them with what has always belonged to you. It's vital to understand the difference between a mistake and a pattern, as everything that lies ahead hinges on it. A mistake is a singular misstep on the path. A pattern is an established way of life. Walk a path long enough, and the feet no longer question the destination. What happened to you was merely a stumble, yet I perceived the pattern forming in its wake. That is the deeper healing I am orchestrating today. This is not the first time you have felt that inner hesitation and chosen to proceed regardless. You recall those instances now. Each seemed trivial, but even minor compromises are seeds that flourish in darkness just as faithfully as good seeds do in the fields. I am uprooting this particular seed while its roots remain shallow, and this is not an act of severity. Consider the gardener who understands the transformation of a plant. Hence, do not simply regret your actions, but pay attention to the channel through which they emerged. Observe how swiftly your mind seeks to divert itself, to change topics, or to attend to other matters. This restlessness is no coincidence. Progress is hindered whenever distraction takes the place of thoughtful contemplation. Remain present in this moment until the lesson fully integrates within you. Recognize that what was inadvertently unleashed by negligence has now been contained by intention. I have closed the door. I have calmed the turmoil. I have lifted the self-imposed sentence you were bearing. You are no longer under trial. Instead, you are undergoing training, and there is a significant distinction. A prisoner anticipates the passage of time, whereas a son is being prepared for what lies ahead. From this point forward, my voice will shift its purpose. The correction has achieved its goal. Now, I will begin the process of reconstruction, starting with the one skill that could have spared you much trouble, discerning my voice amidst the cacophony of others. Listen intently. What I will impart next will serve as a safeguard for your entire life. My voice is relatively easy to identify, but can easily be drowned out. I speak through the gentle prompt before a decision is made. I express myself in the sudden caution that lacks an obvious cause. I convey thoughts that arrive with tranquility rather than pressure. You have heard me more often than you realize. Your current task is to become so intimately familiar with this voice that no imitation can deceive you. Here is the first indicator of my voice that I urge you to remember for life. My guidance brings peace, but not necessarily comfort or ease. For sometimes I require difficult things of you, yet even my challenging words land upon solid ground. When peace is present, you may proceed. When peace recedes, halt where you are. Peace is not merely an emotion I provide. It is a signal through which I communicate. You have experienced this signal before. You felt it dissipate in the precise moment we are discussing. Just a breath earlier, there was calm, followed by turmoil, and yet you moved ahead regardless. From now on, never view that turmoil as mere mood to be overcome. It serves as a sentinel on the wall. When the sentinel alerts you, the gates should be secured, not debated. There is a second indicator. My voice leads. It does not pressure you into hasty action, compelling you to decide without thought or prayer. That sense of urgency is rarely from me. I created time and am never late within it. When something is truly from me, it can withstand a pause. What cannot endure a pause is relying on your haste. Anything relying on your hastiness fears your clarity. Therefore, integrate the pause into your life prior to making any decision, answering a question, or taking a step. Take a moment to be still and ask me. Not every pause must last an hour. Sometimes a single honest breath suffices to clear the fog. The error we addressed today occurred in the absence of that necessary pause. Safeguard that interval from now on, as you would cherish a treasure, because that is precisely what it is. Now, let us speak about your focus, for your attention is the gate to your life. Whatever you concentrate on will shape you. What you nourish will flourish, and what you neglect will wither. There are voices and influences around you that appear innocuous at first. Yet each one leaves a trace, and those traces accumulate. Some of what you have permitted into your life recently has subtly been leading you astray. I do not ask that you fear the world. Rather, I urge you to guard the gate. Inquire of everything vying for your attention with a simple question. Does this draw me closer to my Father or push me further away? You will find the answer surprisingly quick to reveal itself. What has been missing is not discernment, but decisiveness. Some relationships or engagements will require you to distance yourself from them. I will guide you in identifying those, and do not mourn them. This is not loss. It is pruning, conducted upon branches intended to bear more fruit, not upon those that are spent. When the vine dresser cuts, the vine does not shrink. It prepares for more growth. Be mindful of the words you speak to yourself when you think no one is listening. That inner dialogue can be harsher than any adversary, and far harsher than I have ever been. It labels you a failure, while I refer to you as my child. It replays your worst day incessantly, despite my having discarded that record. From today forward, when that inner voice speaks, respond with what I declare. Renew your thoughts until they align with the truth. For true transformation is not a mere accumulation of efforts, but a gradual retraining of the mind to resonate with heaven. When your thoughts harmonize with my truth, your decisions will follow effortlessly, much like a will tracing a road. This is why my work begins within. Fix the source, and the flow remains pure. Now, let us discuss discipline, for the term may have become tarnished for you, and I aim to restore its essence. Discipline is not constraining. Rather, it is consistency, nothing more. It involves consistently choosing the right choice on the mundane days, just as you would on the bright ones. No one drifts into steadiness. It is cultivated one moment at a time, and I am cultivating it within you now. Initially, you may not feel strong. This is to be expected and does not equate to failure. This kind of strength develops silently, akin to an oak growing without dramatic moments, yet standing firm once the years have taken their toll. Each time you pause and call on me, the roots extend deeper. Each time you reject the wrong voice, the trunk grows thicker. Do not scorn gradual growth. It is the type that endures. Moreover, understand the profound purpose behind this training. I am not making you overly cautious. Instead, I am clarifying your vision. There are significant moments awaiting you, already inscribed in the timeline of your life, when your decisions will carry substantial weight. Doors will open, requiring swift entrance without hesitation. Conversely, other doors will demand rejection at a glance. The skill you are acquiring now will be more precious than silver on such days. This is the reason for the timing of the correction, not because your stumble warranted punishment, but because the future I have in store for you is too significant to leave to chance. A dull blade is honed before the harvest, not during it. Consider today as the sharpening. If you look closely, you may already sense the shift. Your thoughts have settled as my words wash over you. The fog you carried into this hour has dissipated. This clarity is not something these words created alone. It is the result of a heart returning home. Alignment is restored, and peace steps in without being summoned. Embrace what you are feeling right now, and do not allow the day to rob you of it. This clarity is not a fleeting visitor. It is meant to accompany you. Take it with you into your smaller, unnoticed choices first, and when the significant decisions arise, you will be prepared. Now, I must address the years that have been a quiet space between us. Begin small. I will meet you in it as I have met you here. And should the dark ever try to tell you this hour never happened, that it was only imagination, you will know what to answer. Remember how your heart burned within you while these words were spoken. That burning was recognition. Sheep know the shepherd's voice. And you knew mine today, from the first sentence to this one. So rise now, my precious child. Lift your head, square your shoulders, and step back into your life as one sent, not as one merely.
Dismissed.
I am before you to lead, behind you to guard, and within you to make you able. No day of what is coming will you walk alone, not one. I have spoken, and my word does not return to me empty. It accomplishes what I send it to do. Today I send it to find you, to turn you, and to set you on your feet facing the right horizon. It has done so. Go and walk it out with me step by step from this hour into all the hours I have prepared. Say, I receive it. If you are ready to rise and walk with me into everything I have prepared for you, we run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.